Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. Starting to get a little chilly in this neck of the woods. Put the jacket on today. If I can find the sleeve. Alright, I think I'm ready. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's...
You ready to go, man?
How'd you get in here?
It's TheDailyWoo!
Cruising around today in the carpetbagger's vehicle. It just made more sense since we were meeting up to take something out a little more gas efficient. Plus it gives me the chance to get out of the driver's seat for a day. You've heard the phrase, the black sheep of the family? This is the opposite of that, and the cow version. I think we honestly might be the only person on this road. Trying to find some coffee. I can't tell if this store is opened or closed. This looks like something you would see in Hazard County, and the Duke boys would go right inside that door. I didn't see any signs for the name of the town, but on top of this closed down factory it says Belleville. Pretty empty inside. Got some spare tires over there. Here on the floor, a couple gas cans. And wait a second, Hidden Mickey? Oh yeah. Nice. An old gas pump. Is that a unicycle right there? It's kind of hard to tell. At first I thought it was maybe a bicycle. But wow, look at this. It's some kind of... What is this?
With the straps on it. I think this is that thing they used to wheel Hannibal Lecter around on.
It is no secret that I like these 1970s-esque pieces of signage. If you look closely, you can faintly read the lettering "Show Nuff" on the side of that stairwell. Looks like this might have been the dining hall. Display cabinets with things for sale. I love this bar area simply because there are two raccoon faces embedded on the side of it, but there's nothing funny about the taste. This mural on the wall is pretty cool. Little farmhouse, some chickens and wagons and trees. If you go out the back door, you realize that there's a whole back area building just rotting away as well. Look at this little balcony. Looks like the Kool-Aid Man busted through this, but he's not that strong because it was only made out of styrofoam. That's a completely styrofoam door. You definitely got to watch your step around here. You don't want to fall through the floor. In old-timey churches, you always had these wooden benches called pews. You know why they're called pews?
Why is that, Adam?
No, I don't know. I'm asking the few dogs. I honestly don't know. Over on the next property, look closely in that little corral. That is a donkey, not a real donkey. That is like a robotic Terminator fake donkey. What is that even used for? That's right. Come on, yeah. You guys aren't ready for that yet, but your kids are gonna love it. These old school chairs. Wow, look at this. This
Adam,
is...
do you see what that is over there?
Where?
In the corner. See if you can figure out what that is.
Is that a guillotine?
That is a guillotine.
There's a freaking guillotine. What the heck have we walked into?
That's insane.
That's so crazy. Why is there a head decapitating device in here in the middle of nowhere inside a church/schoolhouse? Look what you're touching right there. That is a casket. What in the heck? That is a freaking casket. Frisco City Iga. You don't see many IGAs anymore. They put a mural on the side of the wall as well. This may be the only time in my life that I've seen a Faygo soda machine. Arrived in Monroeville, Alabama. That's the water tower, and this place is home to a couple notable figures. One of them being Truman Capote, who lived right here in this now destroyed home. It's very fascinating that a lot of the structure still remains, the outline and foundation of the house. I'm not really sure exactly what's right here in this circular cylinder area. And the rock here appears to be made out of coral. One interesting thing about Truman Capote, he's not buried here in Alabama, he's buried in Los Angeles. And even more interesting than that is buried next to him is the wife of Johnny Carson. She's not buried next to Johnny, she's buried next to Truman. That is a mockingbird, and there is a huge tie-in with the book and the film To Kill a Mockingbird here in town. Harper Lee, who was the author, grew up here as well. And also on top of that, the courthouse in the town square was recreated exactly in California for the film. They're looking for Boo Radley. He's down there somewhere. Trivia question, without Googling it, do you know the actor that played Boo Radley? Do you know? I do. You know? Yeah. Don't tell him. Okay. Don't Google it.
The square. And what you might notice.
So we're in here right now.
Yes, you are.
There's a vintage Coca-Cola cooler in here. Even the balconies look exactly the same. Where the jurors sat, where the judge sat. This is incredible. These chairs are so old, they could not even hold a human body. They would just, it would fall through. I've always wanted to do that. It's amazing how well they recreated this Alabama courthouse in California. Universal Studios did a great job. Like, this is what the courthouse looks like now. Here's a shot from the movie. One of the last famous scenes from the film. On the balcony now, looking down upon the courtroom. And it's only appropriate to recreate the scene where he's exiting the courtroom. I mean, I'm here. Why not, right? Here's a few toys that were recovered from the property of the Capote house. It's Tweety Bird. I found the spot where they were crossing the street. Bledsoe Dry Goods Company. The sign still remains, even though it's, you know, hard to read, and there's a thrift store now in its location. But that's the spot. Cross right there on the sidewalk. History right here in Alabama. One of the volunteers of the courthouse told me the library used to be a little motel, and Gregory Peck stayed here when he was researching the film. I was also informed that this bank on the corner is where Harper Lee's father either worked or owned the bank, and there is talks in town to making this into a museum as well. I've also discovered that right next to where I was earlier, right here, which is Truman Capote's home, this little diner is where Harper Lee lived. And right down the road is the elementary school. And the inspiration for Boo Radley was somewhere right in here was where his house would have been. And this could have been one of the spots, because it used to be much more heavily wooded, where the tree where he would have placed all the trinkets would have been. Pretty amazing to think about. It's sort of become a tradition when we hang out to try to find the best barbecue in the area. And today, we are gonna check out Big D's Butts and Stuff. I asked what's good here, and they said, get the nacho plate. That's what I got. It's pulled pork, sour cream, jalapenos, and Jacob got, what is that, bread pudding? What is this, bread pudding?
Banana pudding.
Banana pudding, ribs, potato salad. That's a lot of food. Incoming plane. The plane, the plane. Okay, we're going through this busted gate. See what's down at the end of this road. Wow, there's a huge grain elevator down here. Look at that thing.
Those vultures up there.
Holy cow, look at all those vultures up there. Wow. Hitchcock would be proud. Very eerily quiet out here under the shroud of this monumental piece of concrete. The very tippy top, it says Clairborne Grain Elevator. Clairborne is a town that doesn't exist anymore. All the buildings have been removed except this one. And what I'm wondering is, with the amount of vultures out here, by taking the drone up, will they attack the drone, or will they just look at it from afar wondering, what the heck is that flying creature? It's not one of us, I say. It's not a vulture, I say. It is a mechanical bird. That's what the vultures would probably be thinking, or are thinking, currently at the Majestic, flying over this grain elevator. And this, my friends, is a red ant pile. Look at the size of that thing. Whoa! That is something out of a horror film. This now non-existent town of Clairborne was the home of William Barrett Travis, who traveled to Texas and became the hero of the Alamo in 1836. That's super interesting. Whoa, that dog! That dog's coming in hot. Whoa. You were running for your life there.
Dog was serious.
This little guy definitely rules the property. The floor is caved in. There's the fireplace, and even the roof, the second floor. There's also a big hole there. This reminds me very much of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. You just picture Leatherface coming out of that door straight ahead. This floor is not exactly the most structurally sound. Look at that right there. It's all caving in. And what the heck is inside there? This cow has escaped. What are you doing outside the fence? Get back in there. You don't need to be out here on the road. Get back inside there. Go back in. That's right. You're supposed to be behind the fence. You can't make this stuff up. I am now in Burnt Corn, Alabama. And over here is another very awesome Coca-Cola mural against the side of that barn. This is where all the local town folk would have got their haircuts. It's the barbershop. This old windmill is no longer operational, nor is the barn that the roof has completely collapsed. We're out virtually in the middle of nowhere, and there's a FedEx truck behind us. I'm getting a very Castaway vibe. I like looking in the reflection of the window, the clouds. It's pretty cool looking. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Does that mean the clouds aren't really where they seem to be? Are you misleading me, clouds? How dare you? I don't know whether to stare at your chest, because that's where your face is, or your real face. Take your pick. It's time to say, vlog